With the 2024 summer transfer window expected to be a busy one for Manchester United, the work starts now. Boardrooms are busy. Omar Berrada and his team, which is a bit sort of there and constituted, but of course we expect more to come in, are already speaking and discussing to agents, to players. Carrington is a beehive of activity lately, and guess what? It's not just the football and the training that goes on there. There are talks about player contracts and who will be leaving in the summer. Before we bring in players, we are supposed to let go of some. In this video, I'm here to talk about Jonny Evans. Does he stay or is he among those that will be leaving? Welcome to the United Hot Spot. My name is Webb. Now, just after that impeccable substitute performance by Jonny Evans, as we did beat Luton, Jonny Evans is beginning to change heads and thoughts and opinions. And I'm thinking, have they just realized this? For the whole season, Jonny Evans has been balling. He has put no foot wrong. Ever since he signed that short one-year contract with the club, United has been in safe fit, even if I would call it that, in terms of defense, because this guy, whenever he has played, whether with Harry Maguire or with Raphael Varane, Evans has not dropped a ball. He has not made a single mistake in that defense. He's winning aerial duels. I'm surprised that is not on the list of the guys with the most aerial duel wins. It is Raphael Varane, his partner, who is top of it with 90%. We have got Van Dijk is second. In the same list, Harry Maguire is there. He has also been impressive with his aerial duels. But I think because Jonny Evans has not played so many games, he has only played 16 games in this year, not scored a goal, but he has even won an assist. In fact, he was almost scoring a goal against Luton, if you remember. But let's get proper into the story of Jonny Evans. Now, you do recall that Evans, first of all, is our academy boy. He's from the United Academy. And for me, he's the typical role model for any United player. And as we do plan to bring in Dan Ashworth, who is now almost forcing his move out of Newcastle, we should be basing on the character and personality of Evans to define who a Manchester United player should be, because first of all, he is extremely disciplined. This guy joined United in 2006. He left in 2015. That's after 9 years, and of course, he won literally everything there was to win. As for a United player, goes to Leicester City and what have you. But when he returned, and I love the fact that Erik Ten Hag created an open door policy for ex-players at Manchester United, for legends of Manchester United to return freely and interact with these young players, let them know the history and the story and the importance of playing for the Manchester United badge, because Manchester United, unlike so many other clubs, is not just about the money. It's a club with a rich history that you're supposed to understand and respect as a player. Now, Evans comes from Leicester, where he left without a club, comes to train at Manchester United because he just wanted to stay fit. So he goes with the team to the preseason, and boy, doesn't he impress Erik Ten Hag and his technical team. And remember, at that time, we were struggling with Harry Maguire, who was out of sorts. He was, not fit, and we wanted him out. We had injuries, of course, with Varane, who was struggling. We knew that Lisandro Martinez was, of course, always injury prone. Then you talk about Lindelof, who was never good enough. Evans showed put in the yards. We didn't have money. We are pointing to players. We wanted a centre back, and we wanted to sign Kim Nije, but he was hijacked by Bayern Munich because we had no money. We wanted Jean-Claude Todibo, but Todibo also didn't want to leave Nice until the end of this coming summer. So Evans came in as a godsend, but people were dissing, and I was one of those who was saying, even in his first spell at Manchester United, he was never our main defender, but just that Sir Alex Ferguson just knew perfectly how and when to rotate his team, and that's how he got the so many games he played, over 130 games that he played in his first stint at Manchester United. But boy, at 36 returns, and doesn't he really show us what experience means? Now, this is what we are going to need as we are rebuilding Manchester United, and the conversations are now to try and extend his stay for another 1 year, because he will be important in our rebuild. And that is being considered. Now, for me, for a player who is 36, I mean, we've seen players who are playing up to, way older than him, almost 40. Cristiano Ronaldo is almost turning 40, still playing football at the topmost level. You look at the Thiago Silva playing for Chelsea, still playing there, weekend in and almost weekend out. competitively. So for me, age is just a number, like they say. But you see, if you're able to make use of your experience to cover up for your lack of physical abilities, because Evans, when he's playing, even if he's playing against very pacey players, he's too smart that he knows what to do, so that he does not really look like he's panicking because of these young, faster players, beating him for pace. He beats them with his head, with the brain. Something a bit I feel Casemiro is lacking. Yes, he has a bit of it, but Casemiro is always going to try and cover up for his lack of speed now because of age by injuring players, by committing fouls and stuff like that. Evans is near perfect. And guess what? He's earning just about 3.175 million pounds in this year he's played with us in that 1 year. That's just over 60,000 pounds per week. Money. We can afford to pay him that for another 1 year. Let go of Varane, let go of the players like Casemiro, but keep him with his experience to try and guide these young players, organize them. He's also an academy boy, also show them the character you need as a Manchester United player. For me, Evans being kept is not because he's going to play so much football. It's because of his character, his personality. He's an academy boy and he's a proper role model that we need in this rebuild of Manchester United. And Ineos are impressed and they're having these discussions about him, because when he comes on, whenever he's called on, he doesn't put a foot wrong. You can struggle to recall a time when Jonny Evans felt it looked like he made a mistake. When he looked like he's a 36-year-old. It has not happened. He's just a class act, a proper class act, Jonny Evans. And that's, for me, one of the most important things we need from an experienced player. If you're experienced, you're supposed to play like you're experienced. If you're experienced, you're supposed to play with comfort, with ease, with calmness, with class. And that's how you're going to inspire the young lads to learn from you. And you realize that Evans organizes all these young people. Even when he's playing with Varane, you see that he's more experienced than Varane. He organizes Varane, who has won the World Cup, the Champions League multiple times and what have you. But Evans just organizes everyone. Now, it's good to understand and learn from my sources at Carrington that Jonny Evans is loved at Carrington, that it is likely that his contract, when it runs out in the summer of 2024, is going to be kept for another 1 year, perhaps to try and see how it goes. And you see, for such a player, you can keep adding him a year, 6 months, and stuff like that until he's done. Unless he doesn't want to stay. If for him it's about the money, that he would want to go and maybe use the final years of his football to make some crazy money from Saudi Arabia, because trust me, Evans will certainly attract a move to Saudi. The moment he says, I'm leaving Man United, the moment that's announced, Jonny Evans will attract a move to Saudi, and trust me, he will make that money. But Erik Ten Hag loves him. Ineos seem to be impressed. Omar Berrada is saying this player is old, but he's giving us value for money, and he's the proper role model for a Manchester United player that Ineos is trying to build. Welcome to the United Hotspot. This is real football talk. Summer deals. That's what we are talking about. Subscribe. I'll catch you later.